Hey everyone, how are you all? Who's around? Who's on Facey? Say hi. Let me know if you're here. I thought I'd jump on and say hello and see how you're going with everything, with business, with life, with the energies. Oh my gosh. Crazy times, aren't they? And as you saw, I'm saying about building a new reality. Hello, everyone who's jumping on. So good to have you here. My God, yes, talking about building a new reality. And it made me think, I saw, that Socrates quote, and it's something like, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. And oh my God, that is like the motto of my life. For some people, they think like I'm absolutely crazy, but I will learn something and then completely discard it to create something new. And I don't mean in a, better, like it needs to be better and it needs to be bigger all the time and that's crap now. I just mean like if you learn something, I always then adapt to what my soul is wanting in that moment, instead of like, oh, well, I learned it that way, so it has to stay that way. And if you've ever worked with me before or learned anything off me before, you know that is how I teach everything. Is even what you learn from me is just a structure and a foundation to embed that program in the brain, basically, to make sense of things, to give you a foundation and a blueprint to follow. And then I always want you to be guided by soul, by your superhuman self. Always, always, always. And we need to really, being reminded of that quote just made me think of that, is how for so many of us, we're wanting to go back to the old ways of doing things all the time. And we do it without even realizing it, that we're doing it. We want to, as soon as we've dieted, oh, we can't wait to go back to eating the crap we ate before, or if you start a new job or something, you fall back into the same patterns, or you find yourself bringing in the same energies, right? Because you're in that same vibration. You haven't really shifted your vibration or the way you're thinking. You're just swapping a different environment or a different relationship or a different business for you're just doing the same thing, right? It's like you're swapping that environment, but you're still in the same old vibration. And so we don't want to look back. We don't want to look back at old ways of doing things. We don't want to keep going and putting out fires in our life. And why isn't that working anymore? And why isn't that system working? Because my total knowing and belief is whatever got me here is not going to get me there. Really let that sink in. It's a great way of looking. That's totally logical for me, is whatever got me here right now in my business, in my life, is not going to get me to where I want to go, which is just meaning, remember, we're not really going anywhere. It's just we're creating a new vibration, a new shift in energy. And so if you can really let that penetrate and go, okay, so if I've done this, this, and this, and this to get to here, if I continue doing that, I'll probably stay in this energy and I'll feel good, and maybe I'm bringing the income in I want or living the life I want, but I'm not really ever going to expand or evolve or change. Okay? Is this resonating with you? I hope so, because this is a huge thing. We always are going back to the old ways of doing things, old patterns, the old structures, and they've gone. I hate to tell you this, right? They're gone, or they're going. You can see it even on the planet. All of these structures are dissolving and falling away and turning to shit, basically, because we can't build a new world. We can't build a new paradigm. We can't build a new environment based upon the old principles, based upon old structures and old programs and patterns. We have to let go of them, and we have to be okay with that, letting go of things and getting excited about building something new. And that's why my whole energy around what I do now, even with my new work, is around the no rule system to rule the world. You've probably heard me say that. And I don't mean like, let's create anarchy on the planet. It's just stop creating these sets of rules for yourself around what you have to follow, who you have to be each day, whether that's in your life, in your business, or in your relationships. We're constantly creating these identities all the time, and then we can't change them. We think once we learn something or we do something, that is it. We're not allowed to change it. We're not allowed to shift it. It's like this really big deal all the time. And we're not going to create new realities from that belief and from that energy. Okay, so if you are struggling to create something new, reinvent yourself, your relationships, your health, your life, and your business, you want more money and better clients, then you're not going to have it if you're not building something new. Okay, you have to be in a total flux of being okay with building new identities, new structures, new systems, new programs, and new beliefs for yourself. You can't hang on to the ones you've had from, when you were in grade 1. You don't want to be acting from that still, or the belief that your parents had, or the belief that someone else had in your industry that they told you about. Like, you don't want to be building your reality based upon that. And I can tell you now, you will really step into your superhuman self and start creating the life you want when you can do that. When you are able to go, I'm going to build something new. You know what? This isn't working. I'm going to start saying something different to myself, acting differently. I'm going to start choosing that life gets to be different. Life will rework itself around you when you choose that. If you keep choosing to do the same thing every freaking day, over and over and over again, and hoping for a different result, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And even when you're in a happy space or a good space in your life, when we're not creating or changing things or adapting to our soul, the vibration of our soul, then we're going to get in a real rut and things aren't going to feel good. Okay, is that making sense to everyone? So we want to really look at our soul every minute, and I say minute because, we're in a time matrix here, but soul is not. Soul exists on a completely different plane that does not abide by time. Okay, so when I'm saying that, soul is constantly, continually evolving. The frequency is changing and shifting and morphing really, really fast. That's why I channeled in the Destiny Wealth Codes, right? Because they morph and adapt with you. They help you to align with the thing that you want to create or your desire that you want to manifest. That's what they do. And that's what we need to be aware of, is that soul is constantly morphing and changing. So it's natural, very natural and normal for us to adapt and change with it. That today I might feel very differently to what I loved tomorrow. And that's why it's really important when you have inspiration, you have an idea, or you have something just land in your brain that you go, oh my God, this is just like the best thing ever. And you're feeling that feeling, you need to run with it straight away. Because in that moment, the frequency, that means it's perfectly aligned for you. But for most of us, we wait, we procrastinate, we chew on it, we think about everything. We have to make a 10-day plan or something. And by the time we get around to all that, we're bored with it, right? We've moved on and we're sort of not even in that frequency anymore. So yeah, make sure that when things are coming in, that you do them, that you start putting things into action when you feel it. Okay, because you're going to be, that just means you're so aligned, and that's going to build your new reality for you. Okay. Yes. Hey, Amanda. Oh, I'm glad that's resonating for you. Making sense. Hey, this is really a game changer for a lot of people, because you don't realize it until you stop and you go, oh my God, I'm still trying to make sense of something that used to be, why did that happen? Or why is that person like that? Or why isn't this working out? Change it. For the love of all that's good, change it. Okay, you can create a new system based on your belief your choice and your decision. It doesn't have to make logical sense to anyone else on the planet, but you have to abide by it and live by it. And you can change it every minute of every day. If you go, you know what, that doesn't work for me anymore. Okay. But, you know, we're told, aren't we? Oh, we're wishy-washy if we change our minds. It's not about that. It is about always living from soul and from that superhuman part of yourself. Look, how many people really do that? There would be like a 1% on the planet, okay, that are living from that. So to me, that's my logic. That's my logic, is being superhuman and making superhuman choices and never being scared to change or adapt or go, you know what, that bores me now. I'm not aligned with that. I just don't feel good teaching that or doing that anymore. And you don't owe anyone an excuse or a reason for why you don't want to do that anymore. You can just change it, change your new belief, change what you say, change what you wear, change how you do things, and go with it. And you're going to build the most kick-ass reality that you've ever seen, and that other people will see. They're the people going, how are they doing it? You know, how is that person doing it? That's how they're doing it. They're not scared to adapt and change and morph into a different frequency every single day of their life. Okay. And if you have a business that does that too, that you're willing to shift and change and adapt, it's not about jumping from one thing to the other and not completing things. It's about just going, what feels good to me right now, and feeling into that. Okay. And you want to have relationships, whether it be with your clients, whether it be intimate relationships, that are the same way, that you feel like you can be a different person every day of the week if you want to be, right? And reinvent yourself all the time. You don't have to stick to something, the same thing, and especially old ways of doing things. You've got to throw them out, guys. Let's do it. Throw them out. Okay. Oh, I could talk to you forever on this. It's fun. So let me know what's happening for you. Let me know what you're clinging to. What are you clinging to? What have you had a realization that you're clinging to old ways of being? I'm seeing it all the time. I'm seeing it all the time, guys. You're coming to me when we're having our mentoring or anything, and you know that something, you need to do something different, but you're clinging to the old ways of being. You're scared to let go of it. Who do you need to become? You know, who is that going to make you? Who are you going to have to let go of? Is someone not going to like it? Yeah, probably. Welcome to the world. People don't like things. Go figure. Right? But yeah, I just don't care anymore. And you have to get to that point. If you want a happy life and a joy-filled life and an abundant life, you're going to have to get over worrying about what people think. Okay, that's again another really old paradigm and old story that you don't need. Okay, so yeah, let me know what's happening for you, or if you're building something new, let me know that too. I love to hear it. Okay, and I will talk to you again really, really soon. Have a fabulous day, an amazing week. I love you guys. Talk soon. Bye.